Hey, what's good, YouTube? Today I'm bringing you an update on my Fable deck. It's been a while since I posted an update on this deck, but I've been extremely busy. I put the deck away for a bit, but I came back to it, and I've been tweaking it a lot. This is a slower version than the one I used to play, but it's so much fun. So I'm gonna start with the monsters first. In any Fable variant, you want to play 3 Grimrows. Grimrow is like the Stratos, as you all know. If you control a face-up Fable, you can send it to graveyard and then search for a level 4 or lower Fable monster. So you have to play 3 of her. Uh, People play 2 Cross, but Cross is way too good not to play. She's a monster reborn for any Fable monster, level 4 or lower, that is. And she works really well on this deck, especially in this variant. And I have to play 3 off because she's kind of like the MVP. And I'm playing 2 Ruby Rada. A lot of people don't play this, and I see why, and I do understand. It's a level 4. His effect is kind of bad, but on this variant of the deck, it works. It's the level 4 tuner monster of the deck, and it works well with the card that I will show you in a little bit. I'm playing 2 Chawas for the Fable Beast monsters. Chawa, it's kind of great. 3 was a no-no on this variant, but 2 is just fine. You can search for it if you need it, and you can pitch a cross with him and special summon a Grimrow and make a level 5 synchro, so that's really powerful. I'm playing 1 Cerberus. Cerberus at 1 it's the magic number for this deck, well, for this variant, just because you don't really need him as a tuner. You just have him in there just in case you make Leviathan, like late game, so you can get back the Fable monsters. At 1 is fine. I might bump it up to 2, but I'm still not sure because the 1's been working fine. In the last Fable monster, I'm playing 1 Crescendo because Crescendo, it's an infinite discard fodder for your Fable monsters. You only play like 4 Fable monsters that have to be discarded, but he's still really good. He makes level 7 synchros easily. So just 1 of them. For the non-Fable monsters, I'm playing 2 Summoner Monks. Summoner Monk is the star of the deck. You have to open with Summoner Monk to start your plays. If you open Summoner Monk in, I don't know, a Grimrow, you are set to win just because it creates a lot of power plays. And for the level 4 engine, I'm playing 2 Black Dragons, Collapse Serpent. Collapse Serpent, you know what it does. Banish a light from your graveyard and special summon. When it goes to graveyard, you search for Wyvern Buster, which is its counterpart. These 2 cards work really well with the deck. It makes you have like infinite fodder for your synchros. And this deck makes a lot of level 8 synchros. So 2 and 2 is fine for now. I might test 3 and 3, but I think 3 will be a little bit too much. For the hand traps, I'm playing 2 Maxis, because the deck can be a bit slow at times, and Maxi will let you draw into the key cards that you need, like Summer Monk. So 2 Maxi for now. It used to be Veilers, but Veilers are kind of bad now. The last hand trap, I'm playing 1 Honest, just because Honest wins games on its own. I had multiple games where I had a light monster, a weenie light monster on the field. My opponent attacks, and he thinks his game, and I drop the Honest, and they're like, what? They're blown out of the water just because how powerful it is. For the Chaos monsters, I'm playing 1 Chaos Sorcerer. I could play 2, but I think 1 is fine because, as you can see, I don't have that many dark monsters in my deck, on my main deck. So Chaos Sorcerer hits the field when it needs to. And the last card, Big Daddy BLS, just because it's kind of broken. And BLS wins games. Multiple times I summon BLS with an Honest in hand, and I just attack for game. It's super powerful. And I think the monsters have been working just fine for now. For the spells I'm playing, yeah, this is kind of funny. But I don't want to play Upstars. This used to be Upstart Goblins, but I'd rather play these because they can be fodder for Summoner Monk if I have too many. And if I don't have the cards that I need to make a play, I can just activate this and stall for a little. And a lot of people hate that. I'm playing 2 Dark World Dealings. Dark World Dealings is great It lets you draw and discard your Fabled monsters that you need in graveyard, like Ruz or several. So this is really powerful at 2. I think 3 would be a bit too much, but 2 has been working just fine. Back row hate, 2 mystical space typhoons. You never want to blind MSC, and in a synchro deck like this, I think 3 MSCs would be good, but I don't like blinding MSCs, so I played 2. And for the cards that my opponent uses to stop my synchros, I play 2 Forbidden Lands. Because with Forbidden Lands, I can stop the cards that I want to stop. And if my opponent has the warning, he has it, but if they don't, they're going to bottomless or compulse, and the lands will stop that. So 2 and 2, it's been working just fine. For the last spells, I'm playing Mind Control, because it's a synchro deck after all. Taking your opponent's level 4 monster and synchroing with it, it's really good. 1 soul charge, because you don't really want to soul charge any monsters, just because when you synchro and then use their effects, they usually paid off for themselves, so a soul charge is just at 1. And if it's dead, it can be Summoner Monk fodder. And the last spell, it's Monster Reincarnation, because it lets you get back the Grimrose and lets you put stuff that you want in the graveyard. So 1's been working just fine. That was the spells, and for the traps, I'm playing 1 Bottomless. Bottomless is kind of bad this format, because a lot of monsters don't really get, or decks I should say, don't get hurt by Bottomless. Especially Satellar Knight. Bottomless is a Satellar Knight player. It's kind of useless because you can't, because the Delta Terra is kind of good. But Bottomless has been falling off of the radar nowadays. It's kind of bad. 1 Compulse. Compulse, it's a card that I personally don't like, but it's been doing really good this format. So I might just cut that and play a Wind Blast, just because it's like a Compulse, but it has a cost. But one Compulse for now. 1 Call of the Haunted, because you can abuse this Call of the Haunted like crazy. There's a lot of cards in the extra deck that you can abuse the Call of the Haunted. Well, not a lot of cards, but some cards that let you abuse it. So 1 is fine. And 2 Fiendish Chains to stop monster effects, just because if they make a big eye on you and they take the best synchro, it kind of hurts. So 2 Fiendish Chains been working just fine. That's not that many traps, but it's been working just wonders. That was the main deck. That was 40 cards. Let me show you the extra deck. Alright. Like any deck that synchros plays TG Hyper Librarian, his stats are amazing and his effect is really good. And plus he's a dark monster, so it works. 1 Librarian. I chose to play Armades over Catastor. I should be playing Catastor because it's dark, but having 1 light and 1 dark, it's really good. Plus Armades' effect, it's really great. He punishes a lot of people that have to set to search cards or floaters. I love this card so much. For the 6s, I'm playing 1 Goyo Guardian, of course. You kind of have to play Goyo. He's like the best level 6 synchro in the game right now. And when he goes off, his effect goes untouched. You probably win the duel. The second level 6 I play, it's Vulcan the Divine. Vulcan, it's amazing in this deck. Just because you have Dead Fiendish Chained or Call of the Haunted in the field, you can just bounce them and reuse them. So it's really good. I might play the Wolf Sirius guy, because he's a dark, and you'll see why I'll need dark monsters in the deck. But right now he's been working, it's fine. For the 7s, I'm playing 1 Black Rose, just because it destroys the field. It resets the board, and then you can just drop your BLS and attack and do a lot of damage. 1 Arcanite Magician, because you can make it easily with a Chaos Sorcerer or a Summer Monk play. Arcanite's really good right now. It's a lot of money, which I'm kind of happy, because I kept this for the longest time and people have been trying to get it from me, but that's not the point. For the 8s, I played 1 Valkyries. Valkyries, it's amazing. The opening play you want to do with this deck, it's open Valkyries and another level 8 synchro, just because he lets you discard your Fable monsters and get pluses out of it. So he's really good. If you don't know what he does, he's a dark roll dealing some crack. You discard a Fiend to draw a card, so that's really powerful. 1 Crimson Blader, because When you get his effect off, you probably will win the duel, just because it locks your opponent out of summoning big monsters. So 1 is fine for now. 1 Stardust Dragons to have protection. This is the second synchro you want to make most of the time. If you have back row, you make this. If you don't, you make Sparks, because Sparks will protect itself or the synchro that you have next to it. So I play both just to, like in situations, if I have back row, I summon Stardust because I can protect my back row. And if I don't have any back row, I go for Sparks. So one of each is working just fine. The new guy that came in the mail, and he is wonderful. I love this card so much. It's funny when my opponent has a bunch of monsters in attack position and I just summon a Monk Pitch spell, make this guy, and destroy everything he has, or they have. It's so funny. He is amazing. And my favorite synchro of all times, Dark and Dragon. I make Dark and Dragon the most out of this deck. I love this card so much, especially against Yangtze players. They cry when they see this card. If they don't have the Skeleton, I just send everything to the graveyard and smack him. It's so funny. I love this card so much. The last level 8 I played Sarah, Angel of Zera, because his effect is quite relevant. If your opponent has banished cards, he gains 100 for each. And when he's removed from play, he comes back on the standby phase. So if I don't make Valkyries the first turn, I make this guy first. And then when he dies, I just remove him with the Collapse Serpent, like the Black Dragon, and he comes back on my standby phase. So that's really good. And for the last synchro, I played 1 Leviathan, just because when he dies, I get to pick any 3 Fables from my graveyard and add them to my hand. So that's kind of powerful, and people usually don't want to kill him because of that. So Leviathan, it's really good. So that was the extra deck. That was 15 cards, and that would complete the deck profile for Fables. Let me know what you think of the deck. Just if you have any ideas that any cards that I could add to improve it, let me know, and I will read the comments. I always read all my comments, and I have to apologize for not posting any videos for quite a while, but this is me doing an update on the Fables, and thank you for watching. Remember to like, subscribe if you like the video, and check out my channel for more videos like this. Thanks, Alex. Out.